The title of this is What People Don't Tell You About Marriage. A lot of people don't tell you how fulfilling and how joyous marriage is. Another thing that people tend to not talk about is that marriage is work. Working to keep your home at peace by cooking and cleaning and things of that nature. Just doing things to help build, making sacrifices, going out working and things like that, and keeping a roof over you guys' head, and long suffering with one another and helping each other out. And it's good. It is a gift to be married, and it is a wonderful, wonderful thing. What I notice in today's society is that marriage is, misunderstood. People of today, especially women of today, they're very strong. They're very, let's go to work, I'll pay my own bills and things like that, and, I take care of mines, and, I don't need no man opening my door. I don't need no man paying for dinner. I'll pay my own bills, I do it. I'm going to do it all. I can play the role of a man and things like that. Well, let me tell you something. When we do that, when we're so strong and, we got everything, we don't leave room to be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? We don't leave room for a guy to give us things, give us flowers, and take us out on dates and things like that, because we're so headstrong. And, in a way, we're kind of like a man, like we're kind of like a woman, just trying to do it all. And that's not the way to go when you're married, because what people do not tell you is that when you are married, you do have children and things like that, and you do sometimes you have fun with your spouse and things like that, and certain things come your way and things like that. So now that you have a child, or children and things like that, you're stuck like, hey, I want to pay my own bills and things like that. But what you don't realize is you put in generational curses in your family, because you are trying to take the role of a man. And this is why so many marriages do not last long. It's because the woman is trying to play the man, and she's trying to take on all these different, tasks and things like that. And in doing that, the children, they get babysitters, to provide for the children while they're working 9 to 5 and things like that. And let's say, for instance, your husband is working a 9 to 5 job, and you're working a 9 to 5 job, and y'all got like different shifts and stuff like that. First of all, you will never ever see your husband. Like, never. Some people say, well, you know what? That's not true, because I see my husband on the weekends. Well, the enemy wants to keep you overworked and things like that. He wants to keep you overworked. He wants to keep you loveless and he wants to keep you just in bondage, And that's one of the reasons why a lot of marriages have problems, because the woman is not allowing the man to play his part and play his role, And the truth is, we need our man and things like that. But back to the children and the generational curses. Now that you working a 9 to 5 and your man is working 9 to 5 and y'all working different shifts and things like that, you're allowing other people to raise your children, or you don't have children and you're like, well, babe, I don't want children because my job, or I do want children, but my job is just too much and things like that. And you're steady taking on a lot of different tasks and things like that, and that's not what God wants. That's not what he wants for the family. And you're left not progressing. You're left with no other generation in your path, in your bloodline from you, because you're so headstrong and you want to work and things like that. But let me tell you, this is a problem. This allows another woman to take your place. And let me tell you why. You're at work, right? You're working a 9 to 5. You have a kid and things like that, and you have a husband. And he's also working a 9 to 5. Guess what? If you hired a nanny, no matter if she's the cutest woman on this planet or the ugliest nanny that there possibly could ever be on the planet Earth, she's playing your role. She's cooking your man dinner. She's fixing your man, his bed and things like that. And she's most likely the one that's always around the house when you're at work. So a lot of times we don't realize the potential danger that we are putting our marriages in by being so headstrong as women. This person is now, replaced you. This person is listening to your husband's problems, when you're not around and things like that. And, if he sees her taking care of the kids and stuff, guess what? One day he's going to get down on his luck and maybe he'll be drinking a little bit. Who knows? And he might just sleep with her. He might just sleep with the nanny and stuff like that. And you're out working and you're out trying to be your own boss and things like that, for what? And that's why, a lot of marriages end in divorce is because, we want to play the role of a man. And that is not the way God intended marriage. People need to play their roles. We need to be submissive to one another.